Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maryam. This is today's look for today's tutorial. Spring colors, but a little heavy-handed with the creatives. I did a very winged, very bright, and very artistic liner. Also some cut crease, some glitter, a lot of stuff basically. And the reason is because this tutorial wasn't going very smoothly. And I had a Tim Gunn make it work moment where I had to gather myself up, put myself in better spirits, and make something out of nothing. You gotta watch this tutorial. You gotta see what happens next. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below. I love you guys, and let's get to this video. First thing I'm gonna do today is use this Pixie Jasmine Oil Blend. Just a couple of drops of this stuff all over my mouth area. For some reason, I'm really dry here. I just want to treat this area before I even start. Today I'm going to be using two different primers. First, the Becca Hydro Mist Set and Refresh Powder. This is very different from anything I've ever tried before. And I'm going to use this just on my porous zones and on my T-zone. And next I'm going to use this Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. This one is very glowy, so I'm going to use this on the perimeter of my face. The Becca powder is really cool and different. It picks up like powder, but then once you start rubbing it between your fingers, it almost turns into water. But I've tried this product before and it does something significant to the pores. It definitely minimizes them and it makes them less apparent. Just using this Tarte brush and just sort of pressing this powder into my T-zone. And then for the rest of my face, I'm taking this Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. Comes with this Tarte Shape Tape reminiscent doe foot applicator. And I'm just going to apply this to the rest of my face. So to the perimeter of my forehead, a little bit to the side of my nose, and I'm even going to apply a little bit under the eye. I'm just blending it down using this little small brush from Tarte. Using all Tarte brushes today. I don't think I've ever featured them in the video, so I figured today's the day. I'm not sure if this product is doing anything for the rest of my face, but I can definitely tell that under the eye, it's giving it that optical blur sort of effect. And I definitely do see the dew coming through. And as an oily skin type, I'm just a little bit weary of the dew, but this kind of dew, I can do. It's just looking kind of healthy. Something definitely does look better in my viewfinder here. For my foundation today, my beloved NARS Natural Radiant. Girl, I'm obsessed with this. If you don't know why I'm obsessed with this, watch my previous video. I will link it up here so you can check it out. Applying the shade Stromboli right now. It works on just about every skin type. I am just completely in love with this foundation. I'm gonna use this big old brush. I'm not sure it's actually meant for foundation, but this is just what I had handy. Almost looks like one of those old school shaving brushes for men. I remember my grandpa used to have a brush like this. And I always loved to apply the foam on his face. And this is what it's reminding me of right now. I'm not sure I'll ever use that brush for foundation again. I'm going back in with the much smaller brush just to perfect and get into all the fine little crevices. But I'm glad I tried it. Now I know that I'll never make that mistake again.
Today's been a day. It's been a day.
For my concealer today, I have pretty much every single shade of the ColourPop concealer. It's their no filter concealer that's been out for a few months now. I've never tried it before, so it's a new product for me. However, it is not actually a new product. It's been out for a while. Feels very creamy, very nice consistency. It's covering up quite a bit. Let's see what the beige looks like. Ooh, the beige, which is one step down, is like way pinkier. So now let's test the next one up, golden. Golden would probably be like my summer color concealer. I don't know, I wish there was something in between the golden and the medium. Oh, there is. There's a 35. Yeah, this is it. This is probably the one that I would use. Well, I'm just gonna press all of that in. I need to take a beauty blender and kind of absorb some of that product because I have way too many colors and I just have way too many textures on my skin right now. All right, I'm gonna very quickly set my under eye and the top of my lid. This concealer is very creamy, so it's creasing, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad product. The creasing just means that it needs to be set a little bit faster. I just went ahead and set the rest of my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Micro Powder. I use the same exact brush, and I love this brush for setting your face. It's just so big and so fluffy. It's really easy to just do this and be done. Next, for the bronzer, I'm going to use this LC Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Tan. Also using a Tarte brush. This one's really cute. It's got a bamboo-looking gold handle. And I'm just going to dust this bronzer onto the sides of my face just to bring back a little bit of light, a little bit of life, a little bit of shadow, and some warmth to my face. Next, I'm going to do my brows, and I'll be right back for the eyes and for the rest of the face. Brows are on. Next, for the eyes, I'm going to use these two palettes from Too Faced, the White Peach palette and the Life's a Festival palette. They both have just the most gorgeous springy shades. So I'm going to start off by picking up this shade, Peach Cream, and applying it all over my lid. From the lash line all the way to the brow. Pick up this Creme de la Peach shadow. I'm going to use the finer point of the brush to cut the inner portion of the crease transition. And then I'm going to use the side of the brush to add more color to the outer portion. Next, I'm going to reach into the Life's a Festival palette and pick up this shade with a slightly smaller brush. And I'm going to deepen my crease. Starting at the outer portion and then slowly dragging it into the inner portion. I'm going to take the same shade, Creme de la Peach, and I'm going to line my entire lower lash line. And by lining, I'm basically just pressing the shadow into the skin and connecting it with the outer portion of the crease. Next, I'm going to take this purple shade here. I'm actually going to pick it up on my pinky because this shade is not coming off the brush. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just pop that purple into that outer corner, and then I'm going to blend out any edges. Is it coming together yet? I don't really see it just yet. I'm going to take the same concealer, and I am going to cut that inner portion of the crease. I'm going to bring the concealer down and clean up this whole area, and just blending it with the purple very gently. Okay guys, I must be honest, I had the hardest time blending out this purple shadow in the Life's a Festival palette from Too Faced. So I looked at my face and I'm like, I need to cover it up. This is just not working. So I decided to go with this green liner and some glitter to kind of just masquerade the mess. So bear with me. I think it's actually heading somewhere funky. So if you like where it's heading, let me show you how I did it. Also, another thing that I noticed was that the concealer was drying really chalky and really thick. So it was almost impossible to put eyeshadow on top of it. So instead, I decided to take this pixie glitter, apply it to my inner corner, and then sort of drag it over this concealer just to kind of bring some life to it. Thankfully, this product is really, really easy to apply. It hides a lot of imperfections. Makes it look like you meant to do that. Also going to apply the same pixie glitter right here to the brow arch area, just to give it a little bit of pop. Next, I'm going to take my Lancome Grandiose liner, my most beloved liquid liner of all time. I'm going to start dragging it from the inner corner all the way outwards, almost in a straight line. Promise you, I can't do that maneuver with any other liner but this one. So that's why it looks like it's easy, but it's really not easy. It's just easy with this product. So now I'm sort of covering up the worst part of this purple shadow. Next, I'm going to take Tarte's Margarita Clay Pot. Looks like sprouting spring greens. I also dropped a little bit of this Inglot Durline into the pot just to make it softer. This product also makes any eyeshadow into liquid liner, so it's quite a hot little commodity, especially for makeup artists. Just going to fill in this line. I'm going to go back to my Grandiose liner, complete this shape here. And there we have it. Oh, one thing that I forgot to do that I did on the other eye is drag some of that clay pot into the inner corner, sort of following this angle, but in reverse. And then to make it even more artistic, I'm going to take this Infallible Paints liquid liner from L'Oreal. It's actually absolutely white. And I'm going to clean up that area right above the cut crease. Drawing this white line right above that cut. If you You guys ever watch Project Runway? I feel like this is my make it work moment. That eyeshadow was so bad, it completely just disheveled me. It ruined my look, it messed with my mojo, and now I'm in the 11th hour trying to make it work. I'm gonna take this Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen in the shade Velvet Violet. I'm gonna line my waterline. Next, I'm gonna apply my mascara. This is Lancome Mr. Big. Lashes are on. These are Morphe Hypnotic Lashes. I think they actually bring this look together somehow. For the lips, I'm gonna first use this Urban Decay 24/7 Concealer Pencil in M16. I'm basically gonna use it to outline my lips, slightly outside of my natural lip line. And then I'm gonna use Tarte's little paddle brush to sort of blend it out. I'm blending outwards, not inwards. I'm gonna blot off the rest of my lips. I'm gonna use Dose of Colors Sweet and Sassy liquid lipstick. So now I'm gonna set the whole thing with MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Before it dries, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this Pixie Subtle Sunrise highlighter, and I'm just gonna add it lightly to the tops of my cheekbones. All right, you guys, this is the final look. Kind of crazy, kind of artistic, but hopefully I was able to save it from the disaster zone where it was heading. So let me put my hair together and let me show you the final. Woo! I feel like doing a big woosah because I almost had a mini anxiety attack in the making of this tutorial just because the shadows weren't listening to me, the products weren't listening to me, everything wasn't doing what I was intending for it to do. Looking at this final look right now, I actually think I was able to turn it around and make it work. We all have those moments where we try and we fail and then we get back up and we try again and we make it work. I hope you liked this video. I hope you took something from it. I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully in better spirits. I love you. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. Mwah.